Hello friends, we are back. This is Julie with Butterfly Papers, and we're going to continue making this journal, junk journal, just out of paper bags. Once we're done with the bags, I'll be embellishing it with things other than paper bags. But for now, that's going to create the structure. And the last video, we created our cover and processed all these bags, and now we're going to make some signatures. This is quite a wide binding or spine, so I think we can fit 4 signatures in here. So what I'm going to do is split the bags into 4 piles, and I think I'm going to do this by height, so maybe so they all get kind of the same amount of bags. And that came out perfect. So yay, they all have the same amount of bags, or items. Okay, so let's put them together in an order that I like. And here's the first one. So these two will just be probably folded in half like that. And just pick out what we want. The first thing when you open it up, I think we want to see this first. Okay, then we'll go. I don't know. There's really no trick with this one because they're all so different. It's not like I have pretty papers, if you know what I mean. It's just maybe go with a plain and go with something with a pattern. Maybe I haven't done white yet. Let me save those for later. Oh, that one. Okay, put this one maybe here. We've got this that we're going to fold and put somewhere, and same with this. Who knows if I'm going to keep it in this order anyways. Oh, this is actually a page. Whoops. Oh well. Where should I put it? How about here? So then we'll put this here. Okay. It's not like my other journals where I'm really picky about where things go. But I did have an idea. What if I did this like a waterfall? So I would put in the largest things in the back and then build, okay, let's flip this over, kind of. That may be kind of fun. I like waterfalls. And then it gives us a little bit of an interest. Although those two are the same width. Oops, receipt. We love receipt. Okay, I kind of like this better, doing it like a cascade. This is such a long one. Okay, let's do this. What if we put this one here in the front, and then this one, since it is very wide, we'll put back here somewhere, maybe in front of here, like that. I actually prefer this. doing it, open it up and you have like the cascade look. I'm going to redo and do all of them that way. And then I have to decide, do I want these extra bag handles in the journal? So I already have the main 2 bag handles. So I think I'm going to remove them because that might be too much. I did leave a couple of the smaller, shorter ones on. I can remove them later, but I kind of like them. Maybe because it can remind you these were all paper bags, that this is a paper bag journal. So I think that'll be fine. Now for the order, I don't think it really matters. Just go like this. Okay, well, they're going to go in that order, and they're going to fit in here like that, like the chunky monkey that this one is going to be. And now for the moment of decision, which is, as you know, what kind of binding do I do? And I love my hidden binding. Should I branch out and do one on the side? But I do also like this here. I don't know if I would like to see this on the edge. Where is my end? I don't know. But anyways, you get the idea. I don't know if I want to see this on the end. So I think I am going to do a hidden binding. And because I said we are only using only using paper bags, I really have to be creative then about what I can use because it needs to be strong. This actually might work. This is a pretty thick, oh, it's not wide enough though, is it? Yes, it is wide enough, just barely. I think this is perfect then. Okay, we're gonna get some glue. And we're gonna glue this together. I'm already getting to the bottom of another bottle of glue. Something satisfying in that, isn't there? To say you have used up a bottle and used it well. All those creative things that the glue has helped you make. Okay. All right, so that will sit right here like that. Now, do I want to cover it with anything? But no, this is just a paper bag journal. I don't think there's anything I have to cover it with. There's not enough of anything but more brown paper bags. So this will be it. I'll use up a marker that I don't really like that much. This is like the widest spine I've ever worked on, which is wonderful. So I think this will be the side that I write on because I want this one to be facing out because this is not all the way across, if that makes sense. It's nice that I have this in the middle, so then I can measure off where I want to put my things. This about like 4 3/4 inches. So about 1 every inch. How about that? But we're going to take it here. Start from 1/2 inch over. So we go 1, 2, and then 1/2 inch over here. 1 and 2. That looks good. And this, because we're doing a hidden binding, we don't have to be perfect. The important thing is to be perfectly straight, because, or as straight as possible, because that is where your signature will line up. Oops, I don't want to accidentally draw on there. And then we have this mark. Straight as I can without measuring. Okay, and then this mark. Should go in a little bit. It looked a little wide. A lot of this is I eyeball. Does that look okay? Yeah, it's a little lighter. And then this last one. How's that look? That looks pretty straight. Okay, then we will just kind of figure out where the middle part is and cross there. And then go up. I usually go up a ruler's length, but I'm going to go up 2 because this is thicker. And be here. Because I know there's some shorter ones, and I want to make sure those get secured in. And like I said, if you're off like a little bit here and there, it's not going to show with the hidden binding. Okay, now we've got our 4 signatures set up. I use my, whatchamacallit, crocodile, because I like the roundness of the holes. But you can certainly use an owl or whatever pokey tool you would like. It doesn't matter. I think it's a little harder with a crocodile to get them perfect. That's probably why I like the hidden binding, because it covers up my mistake. This will be the side facing us. Okay, I just want to make sure things are where I want them to be. Maybe... Now when I make my hole marks, I'm going to use a brown marker because sometimes they show through. But if this is facing here, this is the first one, it's going to go here. So we're going to line that up right like that. Center it. Where should I go from the bottom? I'm going to center. I know that could cause problems, but that's what I'm going to do. This is a little shorter than probably what it could be. Just one mark. Because I'm doing a hidden binding, I want my strings to come forward so that we don't have the extra tails on the inside of the binding, if that makes sense. And you'll see as we go. I should need a little slack here. And we go center, center. And then you can go either top or bottom. Next, it doesn't matter. I'll just do top. Come through. All the way down. Make sure you're still in the first set, because there's nothing like going in the wrong hole. But then if there is you can do a pattern though. There are people who make beautiful patterns. And back up. And I think I want to have a little extra tail this time, just in case. This is such a plain journal. Maybe I want to fancy it up with some dangles or something. So we're going to do that. But before I tie it off, I always see if I can play a song on the strings, and that looks good. one done. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Make sure this is upright. And now we take it here. And the nice thing about laying it on top of the other one is that we can see if it is straight on with that one. There's multiple ways of doing this, and you just kind of find the way that works for you, that you like, about how to get multiple signatures. And there are many people who have tutorials and many different slight variations, actually. But as long as you like the end results and it works for you, then go for it. There you go. The second one is always a little more tricky because you have some things already connected and it's a little bulkier. Middle. And middle of the next one. And this time we'll just go in the bottom to show you it doesn't matter. Go. Oops. I need some slack. And then to the top. And the middle. Go. I like to have one string come on each side of this string. So one, two, this side, and then make sure it's tight, but not to the point where it bends. All right. I'm going to just do the next two. It's the same thing as before, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to do it. Okay, it's done. Look at that. Oops, it just wants to spread out. Here is our hidden binding of 4 signatures, and that is going to go right in here. Yeah. So this is when you don't spare the glue. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Make sure all the strings are free. Make sure it's fair. Ooh, the nice thing about the soft cover is I can actually go like this and push it down. With the hard cover, you can't do that. Make sure it's at the top correctly. Oh, you know, I could move it down. No, I can't. It's overflows on both sides. So this is when I want to be very diligent on smoothing everything down. And then I go in between each signature. So make sure it grabs it. Don't want any soft spots. And then just do that over and over again until you feel safe. Actually, probably just for a minute. Probably go over this 2 or 3 times, maybe 4, because this is a bit bigger, but it feels pretty secure. I think this is easier to do than a book because I can have it flat. With a book, when I do reuse books, it seems like they you can't completely get everything flat. So this is nice, actually. It is nice that this can actually fold flat. That is a really big advantage. I like that. Look at that. Flat, flat, flat. Okay, let's just double check. See how it's drying. And I can see this is a little uneven because I was just using a cutoff part for my paper bag. I could come back and cover that up, but we'll see. This is a very imperfect journal. I think it is secure. So I'm just going to let this dry. Maybe open it up to the middle. And maybe put something heavy right here. and then come back to it later. So there we go. We have put in our signatures. Now the fun part. Well, next thing we have to do is we may have to do some trimming, but I guess we can do that as we go along. And then we get to embellish it. So yeah, think about, let me know what you would embellish it with. What kind of theme would you go with? Because it's very brown. It's very much a lot of wrinkles, a lot of folds, a lot of different things. I mean, we got everything from the old look to, what was this? This is like one of these things isn't like the other. And this one too is not like the others too. So what theme would you go with for this? Listen to it. Okay, so enough of that. Anyways, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next page. Goodbye.